Hi everyone, I'm Bill.
I'm Marcel.
And Stephanie is?
Sleeping.
Yay, it's quiet in here right now. Alright, so
Yeah.
we'll bring her out later so that way everybody can meet her. So this is our first video, and we were going to do a nice long introduction of everything that has gone on since day one, but we've had so much happen over the last few days that we're just going to go ahead and jump in the thick of things immediately. So for those of you who don't know, and nobody does because this is our first video, Stephanie has tuberous sclerosis and Fil-Am syndrome. Okay, so as a result, she has a lot of issues that we're having to deal with, not unlike a lot of other parents out there that are having to deal with issues with their children. So if we can assist in any way with what we're doing here, just to let other people know that they're not the only ones struggling with these issues, then I feel like we've done our job. So to catch up in a hurry on this, Stephanie has been taking Sabril, vigabatrin for, gosh, since January. So yeah, coming up on 9 months now.
9 months.
Coming up on 10.
Yes.
For infantile spasms, not unlike what a lot of other children with tuberous sclerosis are having to do as well. So anyway, a couple of weeks ago, she started also having what looked kind of like seizures. We weren't 100% certain. And so they happened so quick, and it was always when she was tired, right when she'd wake up or right when she would go to sleep. So what we decided to do was, finally we called our doctor, because it got to the point where she had 3 of them in one morning. Within 3 hours she had 3. They're too quick for us to go grab a camera and take a picture of it. If we were smart, I guess we would have one just every time she wakes up on her 24 hours a day. We may need to do that regardless. But so anyway, the doctor was able to get us a room at Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City. Now please realize we live in Huntsville, Alabama. It's a 12-hour drive. So he said, if you can get here tonight, we've got a room for you. We'll do an extended EEG. We loaded everybody up in the car, drove to Kansas City. We got to Children's Mercy Hospital at 11:30 at night.
Yes.
Very tired. And so we got all checked in. At 3 o'clock in the morning, well actually right before they strapped her in to the EEG, she had a seizure.
Yes.
It was quick, but it was definitely a seizure. There was a doctor and a nurse in there. Both of them witnessed what was happening. It was over fairly quick, but they agreed, yeah, that's definitely not right. We strapped her up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they kept her strapped up for 12 hours. And then they came in and took her off, which apparently was a mistake. So I don't know if any of you have ever had to go through one of these, but 25 electrodes strapped to your head on an infant, that's not an easy thing to do. They're not happy with it. Taking them off is not an easy thing to do. They're not happy with it. And we were told that that was an accident, that they were going to keep her for another day. So a few hours later, they strapped her back up again, okay? And then, yeah, another spring fest. It was just awful. And so, anyway, what wound up happening was, in the morning, Stephanie woke up. I'm not too ashamed to admit that I was in the bathroom at the time, and Rissell was holding Stephanie, and she thought that Stephanie was having a seizure, okay? But understand that Stephanie's all strapped up. There's wires all twisted around because she's an infant. She's 16 months old and she's just flopping around. So she was facing away, and Rissell couldn't really see her well to determine if that was actually it. So when I came out, I pushed the button and we got the nurse in there, and I, described what, that Rissell had seen something. And so they went ahead and kept us in there for a little while longer, and then they took us off around, what, noon-ish, I think.
Yes.
And so then they came in and they said, oh no, that wasn't a seizure. And if that's what it looks like, then she's not having seizures, okay? Which at that point, I was like, well, I don't know what it looked like, and Rissell thought it was, but Stephanie was turned away from her because she couldn't get her turned around to see. She just kind of stiffened up a little bit, so we don't 100% know that that was the case. And so, gosh, we went ahead and came on home, and then since then, she's had a few more of these episodes. And I will tell you, I wish I could get one on film because, you know, she stiffens up and her eyes roll back into the side. You know, it's like a focal seizure, but it's over within a matter of 5 seconds or less. It's super quick, and it only happens when she's very tired. So anyway, we came home thinking, okay, well, you know, gosh, nothing was found. You know, we thought we saw one, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. But then her neurologist got a hold of us yesterday, and he stated that he definitely, after looking at the EEG, saw spikes within there that definitely indicated seizure activity, okay? So please understand, this is the 4th extended EEG that this poor little girl has had since her birth. She's not even a year and a half old yet. She's had 4 of these. So as a result, he prescribed some new medicine because what he stated was the vigabatrin, or Sabril's the brand name of it. Anyway, he stated that that's a very good medicine for infantile spasms. However, for epileptic type seizures, which he thinks this is more along the lines of an epileptic type seizure than an infantile spasm, he said it's really not the best medicine for that. So anyway, he verified that yes, there's something going on. And also, the last time that she had an extended EEG like this was in April, and the results of that were good. He said there's just a little bit happening on the left side in the back of the brain, okay? And please understand that due to tuberous sclerosis, and again, we're doing a serious catch-up. We're going to have to make more videos to get you guys all up to speed with what's happening. But Stephanie has a total of 8 brain tumors, non-cancerous. She has 3 subepidemial nodules, which are these tumors that are in the fluid space of the brain, and then she has 5 other tubers, which is why they call it tuberous sclerosis, that are in the different lobes of her brain. And she definitely has one on the back, on the left side, that's bigger, and it's always been a little bit more of an issue, okay? But anyway, yeah, so he said that her EEG this time is showing a lot more activity to the bad side than what it did back in April. So he's prescribed some medicine, and we went and we just now picked it up at Walgreens. We tried to get it at Walmart, but they said that it's a compounded medicine and that they don't do that at any Walmart, so they printed out the prescription for us. We went to Walgreens, and boy did we get lucky because, you know, there's a handful of Walgreens around here. We're in Huntsville, Alabama, but the one that we went to, he told me, he said, you are in one of 2 in the Huntsville area that can do the compounded prescriptions. And he said that he was like the lead person in the area. Maybe he's bragging on himself, I don't know. All I can say is thank you, because we got the medicine. And we're going to open it up right now. I don't even know what the name of it is, sadly. So it looks like, I know he said it's compounded, so we had to mix it in with a liquid. We were told by the neurologist, Stephanie's neurologist, to start out with 2, I forget if it's microliters or, 2 ml twice a day for 7 days, then 4 twice a day for 7 days, then we're going to go to 6 twice a day from there on. So the name of this medicine, oh my gosh guys, you know I'm not good at pronouncing names of these medications. Zonissamide, zonisamide, I guess. I think zonisamide. So okay. So yeah. Anyway, it says shake well, keep in the refrigerator. They said that we could either keep it out or in the refrigerator. That didn't really matter, but we're going to go ahead and keep it in the refrigerator since it's written on here. And we're going to get her started on that today. Okay. When she wakes up, because we're still giving her vigabatrin as well for her infantile spasms, so this is just going to be added to that. And then in 1 more month on Halloween, we have to go back to Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City to visit the neurologist. And at that point in time, we're going to have another EEG done, not an extended 12-hour one, but just a short one. And then he's going to decide then whether or not this is working or if we need to try something different, okay? So that's where we stand right now. You know, again, this is just a brand new something we're dealing with. You know, everything was going fine up until she was almost 8 months old. Then she started having the infantile spasms at it was past 7 months. And yeah,
January?
it was in January.
It was 8 months.
Well, actually, you know what? I think it was December 29th because I was traveling here. I was still
yes,
in
that
Hawaii.
was
Yep,
December 29th,
when she had
yes.
it. So anyway,
The
from
first day.
right, and we'll do another video about vigabatrin and Sabril. I will tell you though that what I see on the internet is that it doesn't necessarily work all the time for every child, but it has definitely worked for Stephanie when it comes to taking care of her infantile spasms. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and get her started on this. When we go see the doctor at Children's Mercy Hospital on October 31st, Halloween, we're going to do another about 30-minute EEG with her. And like I said, determine whether or not this is working, if we need to keep her on it. So anyhow, that's what we're dealing with today. We're going to try to make a video at least once a week. I don't know if we can do much more than that. I'm definitely doing some traveling over the next few months. So what we want to do is just kind of do a day-to-day diary. Now, maybe not day-to-day. How about a weekly update? And let everybody see just what kind of a hassle we're going through between everything, trying to get our daughter taken care of, along with the scariness of the two issues that she has, and you know, what could potentially be down the road, so what we have to plan for. So, okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for now, and we'll bring Stephanie out in a little bit and let you guys see her, so that way she'll be in here for the video too. I hate for her not to be in her very first video. So, all right, guys, it's good talking to you. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What? Come here. Come here. What are you so happy about? Huh? What are you so happy about? Hmm? Can you get it? You okay? All right. Careful.
I'm going to make orange.
You gotta be careful. What are you doing, Steph?